The design and engineering of a typical repair is an important part of developing a comprehensive repair methodology that lets those invested in a case move toward timely resolution. I want to talk to you today about what design professional fees are needed and why we need them in order to let the case move toward timely and resolution. Design and construction professionals have been involved in the process with you this far to address and quantify issues, develop an approach to repairs, and price the repair options. That design team's been involved with site observations, review of other people's reports, documents of construction, and they've developed a specific set of remedial repairs based on less than 100% survey of the building. 100% survey of the building, it becomes expensive, there are limited time constraints, and there's access issues that restrict it. So you have to make inference from the areas you have seen. A contractor then provides a cost for those repairs, and the total analysis gets presented as an acceptance of a financial offer to remedy those construction defects. Often the expert analysis has no line item for field engineering or course of construction inspections, and those are needed to protect the financial offer and investment that was the basis of that settlement. We find in the South Florida market, at least I've found, increasingly that the repair work is being funded and performed at the same time that settlement negotiations going on. And I want to talk about the benefit of that field engineering process. So first let me tell you two stories of ones that did not have field engineering and the outcome of that. Homeowners Association, Palm Beach County. The community was damaged by Hurricane Wilma. An appraisal award was granted. The repairs included interior repair and roof repair. The association took the proceeds of that and they retained a contractor to perform repairs for that award amount. The work was performed by the general contractor. It was poor quality, wasn't in accordance with code, and it failed to fully restore the roof systems. The contractor failed to have any municipal building inspections during the process of the work. As he attempted to close out the permit, he needed authority to be able to for inspections. He retained a Florida PE for $3,000 who signed off on all of the non-conforming work. The award was a $2.3 million award. By this time, what had been a hurricane claim became a construction defect claim. The legal team became involved toward the end of the work. The insurer had to fund legal involvement, full engineering inspection of the 32 buildings, and ultimately issued a denial of coverage. So the engineering money was spent, but it was spent in a defense mode at the end of the work. The buildings remain at risk to rain and winds today, and certainly that's not what was intended with the repairs when they were funded by the carrier. Another opportunity that we look at is a condominium building in Coconut Grove. It's a mixed-use hotel and condominium. In this instance, the plaintiff presented a potential repair bill of $14 million to redo all of the elevated plaza areas, planter waterproofing, all leak related. Professionals were involved in looking at that on behalf of the owner and insurer, and the ultimate expense toward that effort was $1.8 million. It involved selective expansion joint waterproofing repairs and improvement of the drainage systems. There was no line item for field engineering or course of inspection work. So the work proceeded, contractor self-performed it, and at the completion of the work, leaks arose. Field engineering was then spent during the process of repairs to the repairs to evaluate what specific tie-ins were needed and what corrections were needed in the work performed. Further, at the completion of that, the municipality changed its mind and required an engineer to sign off for the work. We call them special inspectors, but they are engineering or architect involvement. Fees were spent to accomplish that by paying a professional to look through field photographs, material submittals, and do site observations of the work that was completed. How is it doing today? At present, there's still 3 leaks that are recurrent. There are ongoing professional fees associated with observing those opened up areas and directing repair. The tie-in of the selective waterproofing is critical to the success of those repairs. And have you had an opportunity with field involvement during it, you have a way to be able to stay in front of what those issues are. On the plus side, the same Ritz-Carlton facility spent $1.6 million on exterior facade, stucco repairs, repainting of aluminum handrails, sealant, and field engineering was involved during the course of that. Selective repairs were performed. By having field engineering, you get to put limits on the extent of repairs, and you can help hold the contractor to what it is you contracted for to start with. No surprise, and frequently, maintenance issues are involved with construction defects. These costs should be segregated and belong to the building itself. At the completion of this work, the problem that remained is that owners' tile terraces were creating leaks, drips, leachate deposits, and staining on a newly painted and refurbished exterior envelope. Those leachate stains from balcony terraces are not an insured issue. They belong to the owner, they belong to the association, and we spent a lion's share of our time discussing how to eliminate leachate deposits through some surface applied sealer or some other thing. These leachate deposits came back literally within months of the paintwork being completed. But we'd had an involvement through the whole course of it, and again, continue to defend. We recognize those are problems. Those are not problems that belong to the insured loss. The same building ended up having about 2.5 million spent on the resolution of glazing leaks that were occurring throughout the building. And the open items, that was also field inspected and observed during the duration of it. The open items at the end of the work, in which the settlement and the association was to agree that all work was completed, included 1 PT tendon that was damaged during repair and 1 high humidity mark on the interior of a ceiling of a unit. The value of both of those combined might be something like $5,000. And that's what's left out of a $2.5 million expenditure. Funding field engineering or course of construction inspections allow you a qualified set of eyes on the money that's being spent on targeted specific items. It allows an accountability of where the allocation money was spent, and frequently with condominiums you recognize the importance of unit by unit tracking. It provides a professional liaison between the building and the code, and it allows an independent professional endorsement for the work that was funded and performed. The right engineer on the team and the right professional on the team serve to protect your investment against additional claims and reduce the possibility of round 2 litigation. Thanks for your attention at the end of a great seminar. Ed, thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.